Ladies and gentlemen, today we are starting Graphic Design 5, and I appreciate my first block for letting me know that I wasn't sharing my screen. Here we are, however. We're all good now? Cool. So we're at photop.com. We're going to go to New Project. We are going to go to Print. We are going to go down to Letter, which is 8.5 by 11. And we are going to go to Create. Here we have a blank screen. Everyone should have this. By the way, if you haven't deleted your files that you're not using on your computer, go ahead and do that. So we're going to go to Google. This is t-shirt design. Number 5. We are going to go to Google, and it doesn't matter what color t-shirt you use. Let's just use black t-shirt. I'm going to go to images. You can use any of these you want to use. I'm going to use this fella right here. So I'm going to right click, copy,
Please pause, check your email for a message from Mr. Cooley, and release those students to their designated areas. Thank you.
I feel like instead of interrupting my class, they could have just done this a better way. Anyways, guys, back to the lesson. So we copied the black t-shirt. We're going to go back to Photo P. We're going to go to Edit, and we're going to go to Paste. Now, you're going to get 2 different windows here. Go back to your new project window. And this guy right here is in your layer. And then we're going to come back here. And we're going to go to Edit. Now, this is your layer 1. We're going to go to Edit, Free Transform. All right. And we're going to come back here and just move our guy around just to make it bigger. And then we're going to click that arrow. So now we have a space to design our shirt. And we're in layer 1. Now, what I want you guys to do is to give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different fonts. And you're going to do your name, or you could do your Instagram or Twitter name or whatever you want to do. But we're just going to design this shirt. So the first thing I'm going to do is, in this design, I'm going to go to my type tool. And I'm going to click and open up a little box to where I want my shirt to start. And I'm going to type a name. And you can't really see it because it's super small. So this is the size right here. I'm going to just crank that up. Highlight and crank that up. Okay. Just make sure it's highlighted. I need to be a little bit bigger, so I'm going to highlight this and go to 200. There we go. So the first font I want you to find a font that's kind of like a cartoon. So over here, you click and drag this down, and this comes down, and you scroll. It's definitely over 100 fonts. So look through here for a font that's kind of like a cartoon, a kind of fun font. And this will be fun. This is giving me very much Teen Titans vibes. So this is a really funny font, and I'm going to come here, and this is when I change my color, this block right here. So I'm going to start off with red. Why not? Jay Breezy, that's me if you didn't know. I'm just going to click and drag it to the middle. And that's the second layer. And I have it on my shirt. Then next, I'm going to go back to my tool. And I'm going to open it up here. And I'm going to type the same thing. This time, I want a straight, boring font, just a straight, Not really that much to it. Font. And there's a lot of them, as you can see. Let's just go this. It's the normal boring font. And I'm right here in my color. Let's go orange. Okay. And to make it smaller, you just make this number smaller. So I'm going to go to 180 and see how that looks. All right. Click this. Make sure it's centered on the shirt. And we have 3 more fonts to go. And you guys can look through all the fonts and you can make them whatever you want, just as long as they meet the guidelines. I'll type the guidelines up here if you forgot. So the first one is a cartoon font. The second one is a straight font that's not really, anything fancy. The next font is fancy. I want you to get fancy on me. Choose a font up here that's kind of like, I put that on a wedding invitation or something like that. Something really upscale, because we're going to be doing more with fonts and what they mean and where we use them. So really nice, mature, upscale font. And I'm just scrolling. And I like this one. It's giving very much wedding invitation vibes. I'm gonna go ahead and center this. And we have red, orange. Let's go ahead and go yellow. All right. And we're just gonna scoot this over. All right, we have 2 more fonts to go. So we have a cartoon font that you can choose. You don't have to choose the exact same fonts as me. This is just a cartoon font. Then we have a straight boring font. Then we have a mature or fancy font for, nice events. We're going to come here. And this is going to be our 4th font. We're going to go curly or girly. Something that's really fun with a lot of curls and things. If we're scrolling, it's good to look through these fonts. This is really, it's called Crafty Girls. You don't have to use that one. Please be different. There are a lot of different curly fonts here. We're scrolling. We can use this one. And this one, I'll go green. This is where I change my color. All right. And we have one last font, and that font is a font of your choice. It doesn't have to be cartoon. It doesn't have to be straight. It doesn't have to be fancy, and it doesn't have to be curly. So I'm just going to make sure this is highlighted. And there are a lot of fun fonts here. I really like how they give you different vibes to what you're trying to do or what you're trying to say. You can do like a party invitation, a shirt design. I like this one, Jay Breeze. And I'm going to make this one blue. And of course, you don't have to have a black t-shirt. You can have a white t-shirt, a red t-shirt, a blue t-shirt. It's all in what you Google. And this is your shirt design. So essentially, if someone wants a shirt with their name on it 5 times, this is how you do a mock-up. There's just a mock-up shirt design. All right. So again, we have a cartoon-like font, a straight font, a fancy or, adult type font, a curly font, and then one of your choice. And this is what we got, guys. And then you send this to your customer and, they tell you what they want or what they don't want. And as always, screenshot, don't save. And yeah, that's about it, guys. So get this started.